The Blazers just haven't found continuity with this offense. Another miss, chasing it down. Will go into the hands here of Gaines. Off the glass, high off the glass for a bucket. Davis, as we talked about, listed at 265. Around 2 attempts for Waters. Gaines brings it across.
Good D by Butler. Ooh, it is impressive to watch.
The Vasquez found a cutting Gaines. Beautiful play by UAB.
Over the top and not committing that 5th foul.
Gaines using the screen. He gets to the rack.
Then Ledee was content to back off.
Gaines penetrating, lays it in with his right hand left side.
Yeah, it's hard to recruit if you're going after the same people as Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, and everybody else. But there's a ton of talent out there. You just have to know how to identify it and see the potential therein.
Off the inbound, Gaines drains the 3.
11th seed to beat UTSA again. 6th-seeded SMU, 3rd-seeded Charlotte, 2nd-seeded FAU. They're struggling with a 4th-seed. The UAB Blazers, they're in a box.
I'm going to say this is more of a box than it is man.
Gaines for 3. Aaron Gaines with a 7.
How to really focus on mini games here.
Gaines has been terrific. 5 steals now. The steals leader in the American. Leads the conference in steals and assists. One of 2 players in college basketball to lead his conference in both. And Gaines here is going to get to the rim with a circus finish. Settle. Follows his own miss. Knocked away by Johnson. No foul. Up the floor for Vasquez for UAB.
It was really the start, Kev. It really comes down to the start. And the biggest start was the guy that has the ball in his hands right now, Alejandro Vasquez. He had 5 threes in the first half, 19 points in the first half. Or 21, excuse me.
Gaines, step back 3. Good night. South Florida Bulls 24-6, 16-2 in the American. And it's UAB winning the tip, the first of 2 games here at Fort Worth, Texas. Temple and Florida Atlantic to follow. Oh, and short Vlad Voyard tonight. 30-30 here in the first semifinal. South Florida and UAB. Gaines gets to the left hand and a pretty threes.
You to define pretty?
Pretty effective. How about that? Okay. Jason Pryor with 5. South Florida is now 9 for 22 from deep.
A little compact 1-3-1, it looks like.
Gaines deep one. And Gaines with a triple.
I think the instincts are something that you can't really describe as an analyst, but you see the impact on the floor.
Jumper good for Gaines. He's got not the green jacket, it's the rose jacket. Pryor missed a big 3, rebound to Gaines. And possessions at a premium now for South Florida with 2:15 to go. And the #1 seed in the American on the ropes. Gaines got to take it all the way. Didn't think he'd be.
Just took his time and it froze Pryor.
Stroud missed it. Lendeborg's got it. With that rebound, Yaxel Lendeborg has just set the single-season American rebounding record. Another double-double for him. And now he'll throw it up top to Coleman. Tried to be a little too fancy, but Coleman got it back. South Florida is running out of time.
This is where you don't want to be careful, but you want to be deliberate. Those two things are different, slightly, but different.
Gaines 3 to shoot it. Gaines with a triple.
Difficult part of what they do, and he's having a great tournament.
Put it up the jumpers, Eric Gaines.
They can pop one of them and roll the other. They can also run Johnson off the downscreens off of him.
Back over to Gaines. Pulls up, nails it. All of a sudden, UAB is.
They go with a smaller lineup right now for offensive purposes.
Big miss. He's got to have it on the defensive end here now, Coach. He's got to be smart, right? They fouled a couple 3-point shooters. Need to get one back here.
They don't want to foul this guy with the ball.
No.
Johnson with 11 points. UAB's looking 4 turnovers in this game. Gaines. Floating runners. The shot clock expires. He got it.
Up with Hasir Miller. Settle uses his length. Pass Gaines over Lendeborg. No. Vasquez corrals it for UAB. Well, Lendeborg never gave up on that play. Yeah, Andy Kennedy will switch up basically every possession on makes and misses. He'll work in also some full court pressure. That's a long rebound mark here to Vasquez. Good ball movement. Gaines for 3. Yes. Him 10 to shoot here for Temple, down by 2. Miller for the lead. No, he had the last look the other night against Tulsa, but fell short. But he's been shooting very well. 9 of his last 17 from 3, including that one. Gaines the step back. That was from downtown. Rebounders in the country. He's got a little Dennis Rodman in his game. He's got some Kenneth Fareed in his game. Both those guys played in the NBA. I think Axel Lendeborg also has that ability to be an elite rebounder. I mentioned the rebounding stat. 0 offensive boards. How about Gaines? Oh, that's showtime. And UAB could be a monster again in college basketball. This is the right conference to do it in. Every team that is invested in their team to the tune of about $7 million as far as expenses for men's basketball has become nationally relevant. There's Eric Gaines from down Ede. Cuts this lead now to 19. Might be a little late. Better late than never. You never know. Talked about what Gaines has done offensively, defensively. He and his teams on the switches done a nice job trying to limit Miller. It's Vasquez in the half court under 14 minutes to go in regulation. The Temple can get some stops here. Gaines with 1 to shoot off balance. Wow. Oh, that's majestic from Gaines. And Dylan Baptiste, who should be a big for them. His father also played here at Temple. At Gaines 3. No, this time. It's the first time UAB's missed consecutive shots this half. We got 4 minutes to go in the game. Wow. Yeah, this has been a long night for the Temple Owls and a great night if you're a Blazer fan.
How about Gaines? Now that's an NBA move.
Yeah. This is a team that's played their best basketball of the season, and they blew out East Carolina in Greenville.
Alejandro Vasquez missed it. It goes right out, though, to Eric Gaines. There he is on the 3. Big shot. He just
drove and passed to Cooper and then replaced himself on the backside. And Cooper gave it back. That's why Cooper's in the game.
It's Memphis by a point now. 18-17. Coming up on 12 minutes to play in the first half. 3-pointers all over the place. Massive here from Memphis. To the corner, Tomlin. Long on the 3, rebound, Lendeborg on the run. He's also got Gaines. Alley-oop! Oh, man! They all know it, Mark. Here's a turnover and an easy one again for Gaines.
Pounding and energy on the glass of the Memphis Tigers has been an indicator of how together this team is. Look, you can stay together when things are going great. It's when things go south where you got to be together. And this team responded at halftime.
Gaines responds. Yeah. Jaden Hardaway back for Jones. 3 ball. He's been feeling it. Not that time. Gaines the rebound. Nice job behind the back. Here he comes. Gaines. Wow. Coast to coast.
With that shot, especially since they've been knocking down some threes. UAB will milk it a little bit.
King runs into a Davis screen. Gaines backs it out. Eric Gaines, big hop step, throws it up. Oh my gosh, a circus shot goes down.
Getting the contributions you're getting from everybody that's played minutes tonight.
Evie 0 for 2. It's Travis Evie. Only taken 2 shots. Team's leading scorer by a wide margin. And yet his team has an 18-point lead on the road. Gaines goes off balance. That
right there by Carlos Williams with the 18-foot pull-up J, which is a tough shot right off his horns action. We're going to see a heavy dose. UAB does a lot out of his horns.
Rhythm 3 for Gaines, nothing but net.
Carl Lewis, what's my man from the Bahamas right there, that's so fast, the track star. He's one of those guys that just kind of uses his body and just has such a feel for how to get that shot off. And speaking of shots,
Carlos Williams blocked by Lindebord.
that is what we have yet to speak on. Lindebord, one of the top shot blockers in the league. He's number 2 in the AC and over 2 a game. And what is this guy doing right now?
Davis able to box out and secure his 10th rebound. He's got a double-double with 12 points to go along with it.
That's what he does. That is to force that offense to make a play. And when you have a guy like Coleman that's so fast and so long, that he did a great job right there guarding a jet quick player, Kobe Williams.
Tough shot for Gaines, but it's almost like
Florida Lang team has done that by mixing up their lineups.
Now, early on, I said UAB had not lost at home. I apologize. That is incorrect. They just have not lost to Florida Atlantic here at home. Here's Gaines. Little step back 3.
They can run what they can't run, what the other team is trying to take away, and now they're trying to take advantage of that.
If you just look at the stats, you'd say, oh, this is a poor shooting performance. But really, Coach, what you see, right, is the defense as the shooting is starting to get.
I tell you, I've really been impressed with Gaines' play here today, though. He's done a really good job of keeping his team connected.
UAB trying to get a quality shot to end this first half. Gaines makes his move with 6 on the shot clock. Hanging, banks it in. 5 seconds to play.
It's his time, gets a good look at the rim, and when he's able to do that, he can really create problems for the other team. But sometimes he gets rushed because people get up under him.
Gaines will challenge Golden and the floater go.
Over him, and he hasn't had success in doing that. Golden has to go with his initial move and just shoot the basketball.
I'm telling you, folks, if you want good basketball, check out the American every night. We got some bangers. Here goes Gaines, pushing off, and the kiss off the glass.
Warren Gray.
Andy Kennedy always has good nicknames.
There's Lindebord's first shot off the mark, but a fresh 20 seconds for the Blazers. Gaines right down Broadway.
Gaines
On the floor for the first time.
and he has stepped up to do a really good job on the glass, and I'm sure Coach Lanier is not happy right now with the rebounding that SMU is doing.
Jalen Smith on as well, his first run of the game. 5 on the shot clock for the Blazers. It's in the hands of Gaines. He is a volume shooter, and he goes off the window. Now 5 to shoot. Harris rises up. Short on the 3. And look at this run out. Lindebord to Gaines for an easy 2.
His worked on today. Eric Gaines got a dunk off that play against Memphis, and they want to make sure that they're not letting Eric have anything easy. Now they're weakening. They're trying to get Eric Gaines to go left. Didn't bother him one bit.
Time of the essence with the shot clock winding down, ice cold.
All night.
Edwards.
That's a tough shot. That's for a guy that's as good a shot maker as he is, that's not the shot Ross Hodge or anybody wants. They're starting to put the pressure on Edwards now. They've got to find a way to move him off the top more.
UAB 0 of their last 4, haven't scored in more than 3 minutes. Gaines trying to change that. Between his legs, fall away. That looked good.
Very nice on the catch.
Andy Kennedy tells his team, be relentless. We have seen that tonight in spades. Gaines, rainbow three!
Yep. Lined it up.
Came down by Jones, and Davis didn't get bothered by that secondary pressure. Loose ball. Blazers with a chance to push. And a jam by Gaines. 70s and mid-70s. He's on track for that right now if it just doesn't turn into a crazy last 3 minutes. Gaines took it all the way in. That's so good. The Iverson cut.
One off of the Tigers' season average for an entire game. Jalen Young guarding Eric Gaines. Gaines for 3. Doesn't hit many of these, but he does now.
Sometimes it's...
Tigers back up a deuce. Shot clock is off for Gaines.
You spread it out, let Gaines go, right?
Yep. Ignores the screen. Now 5. Gaines to his left for 3. A shot below the belt early in the half and had to take a breather. Ortiz again. Rebounded by Lindeborg. Back out for another 3, this time Gaines. Huge triple. Grabs his own miss. And now Birmingham, the UAB Blazers with a chance to run. Gaines somehow finds Lindeborg. Back to the corner for 3.
Run between 3 and 3.5 miles. The pace we're playing with today, they'll be pushing close to 5 miles if they wore a Fitbit. Wow. And you talk to officials that have done it some, and it's remarkable how much energy those officials have to put into a game as fast as this one.
Gaines has it rejected. They count it. Goaltending on Dandridge.
We're allowing the contact, which I like. And no foul on Lindeborg, just a 4-0 lead. And the lead cut in half. Strong job.
Trying to match up after their zone pressure. Blazers couldn't get on balance. And Asar finds Walker for the wide open 3.
Very encouraging start for the Pirates. Gaines, magic in the air.
Pirates not as physical on the perimeter as they were early in the first half. You see Gaines get...
And the lead is up by 7, under 4 minutes remaining.
East Carolina switching their defenses, keeping the Blazers off balance.
Mid-range Gaines after the pump. Nothing but net. So that's 4 points in a row for the Pirates. The lead down to 2.
Now ECU gonna check and see if what we've seen the Blazers do from 3 is real or from the perimeter. Going back to their zone look. Blazers typically do a really good job of getting the ball in the middle of the zone. That time Eric Gaines electing not to take the 3 because everybody.
3 ball for Tulane won't go. They have not hit that 3 at all tonight. Vasquez.
And that was a tough one from King as we see Gaines cross over. And I guess the thing, and they don't play a ton of guys. So if you're playing up-tempo, I played in an up-tempo system. The first year under Mike Anderson, I played roughly, I don't know, maybe close to 30 minutes a game, a lot of the game.
By Golden, Davis, Lendeborg, Gaines, Tony, and Johnson. There's a turnover. Lendeborg, 2-on-2, Gaines with the drive and the finish. Transition didn't have anything. Now John L. again drives the baseline, reverses, swatted by Lendeborg, who leads the league in block shots. What a block. Gaines, count the basket. Wow. Unselfish play.
Just great ball movement there by the Owls. One of the things that you'll notice on FAU is anytime they're dribbling, each player always has their eyes up and looking, especially standing at 7'1". You want to have great footwork and great hands and great touch around the rim, and he's improved all of that. One of the things I also think about with Vlad Davis on the other side.
Janelle with the pull-up, won't go. Martin with a spectacular rebound, but couldn't finish. 2-on-2 the other way, Gaines. He was undercut by Martin, count it, and one.
Youngblood for three. Off the mark, rebound, Eric Gaines. Gaines trying to push. South Florida got back defensively. What do you see out of the Bulls defensively there, Mo?
Well, they're going to switch everything because they have that type of versatility. So we see Eric Gaines rise up.
Just over a minute in, and an early 3-0 UAB lead on an Eric Gaines three-pointer. One of the leading scorers on this UAB squad, and he fires again off the window. The first 5
easy ones on the inside when you have 6'10" and 7 feet protecting the rim.
That means that 6'10" on the floor, as well as Lingard. Gaines, turnaround jumper falls.
Both ends of the floor. Last couple possessions, maybe a foul. Neither one gets called.
Gaines for three, his second.
Stay on the court, stay away from early cheap fouls. And today he'll have to do that, especially whenever he's assigned to Pember defensively.
Just like against Drake, the key for Davis is his availability. How many minutes? 25, 26. Nice inside pass from Davis. Lendeborg finds Gaines for three. Swish! You saw the Asheville turnover, so UAB coming out of the locker room, a chance to cut into what was a 12-point lead. Gaines a three. Swish. Follow up on Tony.
Well, I think Tony, Lyndon Blake, she hit the nail right on the head. When his energy is good, the team follows him. He doesn't do a ton of things that always show up in the stat sheet. But
Mullen with the right.
You got to help there. McMullen switched off on Tony. Tony, great energy, but no match for the 6'8" McMullen right around the rim.
McMullen in his career, I don't know his bio, but he's done either one of two things. He's either been a swimmer or he's been a wrestler with those shoulders. Give and go, Gaines finishes.
And that's a good time. UAB so focused on the roll guy there. Ferguson diving to the rim.
Gaines answers. Bring some experience to the Midwest. Gaines, contested two. Deflected. Gaines with the circus in town. Second chance, yes.
House in D2, he was able to bring some of that Charger blood down to Montevallo with his assistant coach, Sam Orr.
And when you hesitate, usually study long, you study wrong.
Gaines, highlight layup. Instead of going straight up, that might have cost him a chance of hitting that bucket. Here's a steal. Let's be silent for the highlight. Gaines gets those hands again. Perhaps one more highlight. Oh, get out of the way, Mo. All right.
Throwing it up court right now is Tony. Tony, though, misses on the layup. And how about this nice save right there? But it goes back over to UAB on the play. On the shot clock. Here's Tucker dribbling, skying high over a defender, but his shot hits the front iron, off the mark. Rebound goes to Alejandro Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez push it. And see, they're trying to get early shots up now. That's Gaines over there. Yeah. Right, but we got to keep them from getting the first rebound.
Here's a long inbounds pass near the half-court line to Johnson. Johnson being guarded by Blackwell. Gaines thought about a three. Now he'll tip a corner three in the face of Omar. In the game right now for Alabama A&M is Chad Moody. Here he is right now with the rock, trying to go inside against some big, tall trees and loses the ball. Here's Gaines now, throws it over to Johnson, and Gaines skies high and throws.
Todd has it ripped away by Eric Gaines. Look out for that.
Yeah, really. How about that? Hicks, he attacks and he drew so much attention to where you don't leave anybody in rebounding position. Nelson's able to get just a straight line path to the rim to get the putback.
Gaines.
That was a guarded three, too. Big shot by Lowell.
Gaines takes it in the corner. Here's a tough shot, and he buries it.
The fact, not only is 5 threes that we were looking earlier today, this is the 10th game of the year. Phelps still does not have a turnover the entire year.
Southern Miss, by the way, Mo, they're shooting 6 out of 12, 50%. And I say that's another thing that Andy Kennedy and his staff, as Gaines hits the home run.
Blazer teams in the past few years, especially during Coach Andy Kennedy's tenure, they've turned teams over at an alarming rate, especially here at home. And for whatever reason, this year's team just has not been able to do that.
Gaines again. Bucket.
Defensive rotation, just mistakes that solid teams don't make. And when you mix that in with the missed free throws, you end up with a loss at home. Your second straight loss at home.
Vanderbar keeps this for UAB. Gaines in transition. Gaines again. Got it for 3.
And that was a tougher one. I think Coleman there just got caught watching. And right there, you see him react defensively.
Gaines recovers his own loose ball. Finishes.
Goals are getting to the foul line. He can score as long as he's been aggressive. I think, to be honest, he's been a little too passive this first half. But they have the lead, so maybe he knows something that I don't.
Mo, I'm just looking at that scoreboard. I can't put my finger on how we've arrived at this junction. But if you're McNeese State, you have to be overjoyed. No coach, no point guard. You're on the road against a team that's fantastic at home. 5 to shoot for the Blazers. Gaines going to have to launch with 2 off balance. Look at that. Friendly bounce. Opening up the scoring, and the broken finger is on his left hand. Here's a steal. 2-on-1. Gaines is a highlight waiting to happen, and not the perfect pass. Some strength. And then a steal, a Gaines bucket.
And that time,
how did that come off? But another chance. Huey missed. That's 3 shots at the rim. Gaines, no travel, and the bucket.
And knock it down. Blazers start with a 2-3 zone, and they match up out of it, and they're very active. But if you're Middle Tennessee, that's exactly what you want to see, a 3-point ball going in early. As Gaines goes high off the glass. And now how about this? A little 2-3 zone for Middle Tennessee to try to change things up, keep UAB off rhythm. Gaines up and under. And a smooth move from Eric. Gaines jumped the passing lane. Showtime! Like I said, if you have... So good, but Ogundelli, the board, gives it up. And here come the Blazers. Gaines going 1-on-2, and he can fly! Jake, whatever.
Blazers down by 15.
Well, after such a huge win against Maryland in Asheville, and after playing a great game against Clemson, if you're a Blazer fan, you thought maybe, okay, we're going to turn the corner at home. And you see Eric Gaines with the
stolen. Gaines. Pull up three from the wing.
His understanding, the game is slowing down a little bit for him, and he's doing a really good job of picking his spots. And we see him sky for the board. He's doing a little bit of everything now.
Gaines along with White. Gaines on the reverse. 4-point lead. So UAB led by 10 in this half. Remember, they led Bradley in the second half. Gaines pulls up. Got it. And defending Javion Davis as well. Gaines. He's got the elbow. Acrobatic shot. The first game we had went overtime. The three ball. Joshua had a good look. 1 minute remaining. Gaines. Teardrop. Swish.
Well, Reese starts 2 of 2 officially from the line. We'll see if that affects him on what I'm sure will not be his only trip to the foul stripe today. Early 3-point lead for the Terps here in the third place game just underway in the Asheville Championship. Gaines trying to get around Batchelor, just flips it up and that drops. Junior is in. Scott has come back. Gaines. He's gotten a couple of shots to fall. Too far. And that allows Gaines to just stroll down the court. And another turnover. Wow, this is deja vu all over again. 3-point shooting through the first 2 games. Look forward to getting to you guys at the half as well. Here comes Eric Gaines after a turnover, and Gaines has had a number of those opportunities. Batchelor's pass intended for Scott picked off. And I tell you what, Young penetrates, kicks. Here comes a 3, long. Gaines. Ooh, wow. Down to switch with him, and as Young was switching back out, he was able to get into that passing lane. Here's Gaines. 3 years, finishing last season. Chase Hunter adds his second basket.
He is very good at attacking the paint. He's got good positional size. He gets to that spot, kind of rise up, shoot over the top.
It's a deep 3 from Eric Gaines. No. What a start for P.J. Hall. 7 early points. Well, UAB really got buried in the first half. They were down by as many as 20 to Bradley. Came back, sent the game to overtime. To start the season, he's already at 10 points here in this first half. That pass is not going to get to him as it was deflected.
If you're Andy Kenny, there's no reason to come out of that zone. I mean, they've had much better success playing zone in the half court than man. Davis getting it out of the double team. Clemson coming hard.
Steal, Gaines.
And obviously the only guy putting the ball in the basket.
Gaines, tough floater from the base. Have none of that. Took it right away. Then Hall tried to make a quick dish, and he turns it over. Gaines the other way, and 1. Hard to the rim, and a block by Tony. Shaver out with it for Tony. Under a minute. 3, Gaines. Go!